Alright, if you're feeling lost in life and you feel like you don't know exactly what the hell you're doing, then you have come to the right place, bro. I'm Aaron, by the way, straight A student in Kungsholmen Gymnasium, always leveling up life. If you're like a young man on self-movement, you're a student, and you have like goals outside of school, like you wanna, I don't know, grow a business on the side, you wanna build an aesthetic body. And right now, whatever it may be, you're like a bit uncertain on the direction to go, like you don't really know how to achieve your goal and you feel lost in that way. It's supposed to be like that. It's meant to be for a reason. And if you just trust yourself and your goal and you trust your world, then slowly, no matter how you may be feeling right now, your goal will be realized. And I realize that the modern world makes us feel like this a lot. There are like so many distractions everywhere. It's like when I'm walking, down my path towards my goal, there's like little fucking magnets everywhere trying to like pull me off my path, my lifeline. And all of these little magnets are like, all the distractions that we have in the modern day. There is so many to count, and it's really hard for us to, just ignore them and keep going our own way and on our own path. It's like shiny object syndrome, where our own path seems like dull and doesn't really excite us that much, and there's so much like shiny objects that we could be, going to, and it all looks so appealing and stuff. But once we get there, we realize it's just another valley of despair. And so instead, we want to make like our own path as fun and as fulfilling and purposeful as possible. I realized that like a few months ago, I used to do so many different things. Like I tried to do too many different things. And that not only made my attention like weak, because I couldn't focus on one thing for a long time, but instead I had to like divide and fragment my focus into many different bits, which ended up me not making any progress in any of them at all. Not only that, but also I just felt like purposeless and kind of directionless in life. And that led to like very bad and precarious habits like, procrastination and doom scrolling and all that stuff. So it's definitely not your fault that you feel lost right now. But bro, it is your responsibility. Even if right now, like you feel like you don't know what to do in life, take responsibility for it, try out things, experiment, and find what you truly like and what your heart truly says yes for. There are just some things in the world we can't control. So it's auspicious to just focus and dial in on the things that we can. And especially on a life of self-improvement, there are many ups and downs, which is a consequential result of, feeling purposeless. And it's only like, the start of this term in 2024, this school year, it's my second year in Kungsholmen Gymnasium. And I was, kind of slacking on like tests and gym and almost everything in my life. I felt like I completely like fell off because my first test that I did, it didn't go that well. I got like below my par grade. And the gym too, I was like skipping workouts for no reason. And even if I went, I like half-assed it. I did like one or two exercises. And I knew that it wasn't good for my goals, that there's no way I could continue on with this. Even if like I felt like, like you think that if you don't do your goals, if you don't do the hard work, then you're gonna feel like much more comfortable. But it was quite the opposite for me, because I felt less fulfilled in a way, and less purposeful and less, natural in myself when I didn't make progress onto my goals. It's weird, bro, but I love it because it's like, it just makes me, make progress and actually follow my goals. I thought back then, bro, I was like back into square one, but I realized that it was just temporary. And instead I, renewed my goals, reformed them, thought of my like true why and intentions and purpose again. And I realized that life of self-improvement has naturally gonna be a lot of ups and downs. It's gonna be like, quite varying. And it's not gonna be like a straight incline like that, no. If you see like a self-improvement graph, it's like time on the x-axis, improvement on the y-axis, whatever. You might think that it's like just a linear line or whatever, exponential, whatever. But if you actually zoom in onto the graph, you'll see that it's very like ups and downs like every single day. And so it's completely natural in a life of self-improvement for there to be ups and downs, for there to be peaks and valleys. That's also another very good book that I'll probably make like a video on someday. And so if you find yourself going through hell, if you find yourself going through a valley, keep going, bro. Because sooner or later, you'll find yourself on a peak again. And the goal is to minimize these valleys and to understand and to accept that these are just an intricate part of life. And we all face them. It's completely natural. No matter who you are, even if you're like the biggest celebrity or whatever, we all have peaks and valleys. And instead, it's to understand this and adjust it. And that's how we can conquer these peaks and valleys. It's like, even if you are on a valley right now, even if you feel lost right now and purposeless, keep going, bro. This reminds me of a book that I recently had read, like Keep Going by Austin Kleon. It's part of a 3-book series, Feel Like an Artist, Show Your Work, and Keep Going. And I recently read the last of the books, Keep Going. It's like about like art and keeping on going and being consistent. But I didn't really find it that useful. I read it and I thought the tips were kind of like, I didn't know what the guy was gapping about, to be honest. But the major message of the book held true. Keep going, bro. If you find yourself lost, keep going, bro. If you find yourself, fully successful and you're like living it right now, keep going, bro. It holds true for literally everyone. And especially if you find yourself really like beaten down right now and lost and feel like no one can understand you, keep going, because your world is taking care of you. And I am looking out for you, brother. And also in the start of this term, like I said, my tests weren't going that well. I was slacking a lot. And I kept going. I kept on learning and improving. I acted and then I adjusted accordingly. And that, sooner or later, helped me, get back to where I was and above. So keep going, bro. Keep treading, man. It will soon pass. This feeling of loneliness or depression or whatever it may be, it's temporary. Just know that. If you feel like you're not quite disciplined right now and you want to be more disciplined in life and, get more shit done and, actually achieve your goals, then you can click here where I talk a lot more about that, because I approach discipline in quite a different way, where it's not about, doing the hard work and, going and callousing your mind and all that shit. But instead, it's like quite a, unconventional and paradoxical view to discipline. So click here if you want to learn more about that. And as always, bro, your potential is only limited by your intention. See you later, bro. Bro, I can't, man. These gloves don't work, bro. Alright. This is gonna be the loudest snap you've ever fucking heard. That was shit, whatever.